might not know what my disability is because it doesn't look like I have a disability, but my disability is dyslexia.
I have attention deficit disorder and central auditory processing disorder. I have this special train of thought that bounces from marshmallows to swamp monsters.
My hands get very tight for no apparent reason. So when I hug people, I kind of just claw.
I didn't think I could sing or act, and so Phamaly gave me passion and confidence and hope that I could do this.
I walked with crutches and braces until I was about 40 years old, and then I had to kind of relegate and start using wheelchairs, and I noticed people looked at me different. There is a social stigma there. If I go down the sidewalk, it's a 50-50 shot that somebody's going to say hi to me. I see a lot of people with the eyes, they look down. As a kid in the 60s and 70s, I never felt like a person with a disability had a chance to be on stage. It was unfortunately the way things were back then.
We found out at the 20-week ultrasound that Megan was going to be born differently than other people. She is missing her left hand and left forearm.
When she was little, she'd tell everybody it was a shark bite. I took her arm. When you have one hand, everybody looks at you. So you get noticed because you're different. She would spend a lot of time alone.
She just couldn't relate to other children.
When I was in 6th grade, I didn't see on the right side, so people were hitting me.
There's stuff going on over there and over there and over there. It makes it difficult for me to communicate with people.
When I'm at recess, I struggle with my words, and so my friends hear me wrong. I see no one else crying or no one else is struggling, but just me. That's how I feel different.
When you're a disability, you have what you have. You don't have it easy.
You have to realize, I had polio in 1961. My mom and dad, I love them, but I lived a very protected life. And television was kind of like my refuge. I watched a lot of television. As I grew up, I said, maybe that wasn't so good. But it was funny, a lot of the characters and the things that I kind of show on stage is stuff that I used to watch as a kid. I do a lot of character, I do a lot of voices. It's funny how the negative of being sheltered is kind of turned into a positive because I can use all those experiences and all those voices.
Overcoming fear of getting in front of an audience can be a difficult thing. I never had a lot of problem with that, to be perfectly honest with you. Megan, on the other hand, she was nervous about her limb difference. She didn't like people staring at her, but she did like to sing.
They all said it would never be a happily ever after.
When our neighbor heard her singing, she thought, oh, Phamaly.
Never listened through all their laughter.
We came to the Newman building right here. And everybody was nervous like it was our audition. And they took her into the room and she did her song. Of course, Dad and I had to sneak up the hall and listen. So we were so excited about it. And when they said she was getting a call back, her face was so big.
And Megan was just thrilled, as we were. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
So Phamaly just, I don't know, just made me feel happy again.
As a person with a disability, you're not always going to have great nights. You're going to come in, you're tired. Maybe your body's not functioning the way you want it to. With Phamaly, everyone understands that. And if you're having a bad day, there's somebody else is going to pick you up.
Everyone who comes to Phamaly walk away with a broader understanding of what disabled people can and can't do. I just love doing it.
We were out somewhere and Megan was upset because these people were staring at her and it was rude and she was uncomfortable. These people came over and they had recognized her from a show. That is why they were staring, because they recognized her from a show. Mm-hmm. Instead of her disability, for ability.